One anime that I greatly enjoyed is called Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a show about a boy named Yugi Moto who, with the powers of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh, battles against enemies in a game of cards. Yeah, weird summary, but the show's a little more advanced than that. Like, the cards are actually magic, so it's not like he pulled out a random game of cards. No, the cards are genuine threats if used wrong. So Yugi uses his magic to protect others, while some of these villains use their magic to try to use these monsters to take over the world. It's a nice show. I like the strategy that goes into these card games. I will admit there's a few ass pull moments where it's obvious that Yugi has plot armor, but it's still a pretty good show and it's very entertaining. So he's got his friends like Joey, Tristan, Taya. For what it's worth, these character names are different in the Japanese version, but I know a lot of people are more familiar with the American version, so I'm just going to use the American names. But yeah, he has his three friends, and his biggest rival is Seto Kaiba. Now, to describe the rivalry between Yuki and Kaiba, it's like this typical anime shonen rivalry. It's like Goku and Vegeta, Naruto and Sasuke, Izuku Midoriya and Kasubaku. You get the point. Point is, they're these two are rivals. They push each other to their best. Kaiba starts off as evil, but he turns good after. Well, not good. He just becomes less evil, or he's still a jerk, but he changes a little after his duel with Yugi. So his sole redeeming factor is that he at least has a little brother that he cares about. Other characters include Maximilian Pegasus, one of the first major antagonists of the show. The Duelist Kingdom started everything off. Yugi gets through that, and boom, he saves the world. After that, the show does change a little. Like, the rules change because at first, when you duel, it's 2,000 life points per person, and you can only attack the other monster. But you can summon whatever monster you wanted at any point. When he introduced the Battle City stuff, they changed the rules. 1, 4,000 life points per person. 2, you can attack the life points directly if your opponent has no monsters on the field. 3, if you want some monsters are so strong that you can't summon them right away, you gotta sacrifice a weaker monster. Sometimes it's one monster, sometimes it's two monsters, or for the Egyptian god cards, it's three monsters. So credit to the Battle City, they try to add a few more rules to try to keep things a little bit more fair, and it gave the show a bit of a much needed boost. And then there was a virtual world arc in which every duelist had a deck master. Now this was exclusive to that arc, and that arc was considered filler, but it was still an interesting concept. Whoever your deck master was, you get a certain boost. For example, when Taya dueled and her deck master was a Dark Magician girl, she had the ability to summon any Dark Magician from a nearby deck. Of course, that required a lot of convenience, but still not too bad. Or one guy had a deck master named Jinzo, and Jinzo is a card that can destroy every trap card, so your opponent cannot play any trap cards while Jinzo's out. Stuff like that. It was a neat concept. It's a shame that it was filler only, but point is, it was a good way to keep things fresh. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, as I've said, does have a bit of filler because at one point the anime and the manga were like too close together. So and that's what anime does. Everyone who's watched Dragon Ball Z knows you got to get some filler in to get the manga some time to catch up. And I know at one point it was weird for Yu-Gi-Oh because they had a filler arc in the middle of a major arc. Then again, Naruto's done that as well, so we're not new to this, but I suppose it could be a little weird for some people. Doesn't matter. But yeah, this is a really good show, I would say. These other characters are good. Like, one character I did like was Duke Devlin, because he introduced something new. Usually the show is about card games, which is funny because in the original manga, Yuki didn't just play Duel Monsters, he played other games. Like, there was a part where he played Capsule Monsters with a character named Mokuba. So the show just turned into Duel Monsters. But Duke Devlin at least introduced Dungeon Dice Monsters, so you got to see something a little different, and I did appreciate that. I feel like there should have been more points in the show where Yugi plays other games, because he's called the King of Games, not the King of Duel Monsters. And it should be worth noting that the anime is much lighter than the manga. The manga is very dark, and I would, yes, if you watch the anime and try the manga, get ready for a major tone shift. Like, the Japanese version of the show is also a little different than the Western version, because the Japanese version gets a little heavy. When they brought it to America, they dumped it down completely. Like, that's what anime used to do back in the day. I know who, like, Dragon Ball Z back in the day, they toned a lot of things down. After all, the old Dragon Ball Z Ocean Dub's known for the whole, I'm gonna send you to the next dimension. Stuff like that. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just basically dumbed down so a younger audience can enjoy it. I like Yu-Gi-Oh! For what it was, but it is a shame when anime needs to be dumbed down or censored. So if they do another version of the show where it's not as dumbed down, then I would probably appreciate something like that. But I have noticed that the show is really big on talking about friendship, which is pretty common in like a lot of Japanese shonen media. Your friends are your power. So I'm not gonna say Yu-Gi-Oh! Is all friendship is magic like, but there's a strong narrative when it comes to friendship. It's not too bad though. Beyond that, I would say it's a good show, worth a watch, and even the filler arcs are really good. Like this whole Steel of Orichalcos thing. It was a really good arc, so it's like one of those shows where the filler just fits in kind of seamlessly. Filler in anime is not bad, depending on how it's done. Sometimes filler in anime adds to it. Go back to Dragon Ball Z again. The Tuffle stuff was filler, but it still added to the show. Naruto, one of the funniest Naruto episodes was like them trying to get Kakashi's mask off. It was filler, but everyone loved it. So. But yeah, I would say give Yu-Gi-Oh! A chance. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth a watch. There should be stuff on YouTube. Got great villains like Pegasus and Marek. And even filler villains like Darts. So yeah, give it a watch. I'm out. See ya.